My name is Nathan Dreiser, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use the Microsoft Word equation editor. So firstly, let's find out where it is. If you just go over here to Insert, up at the top, and then on the far right you find Equation. What this will do is this will insert a box for you to type your equations in. So before you hit this, you want to make sure that your cursor is hovering over the place you want to insert it. So I want to insert it in here between the top and bottom text. Now that I have the cursor in the right place, as you can see, I just hit insert. And now the equation inserts where I wanted it to be. Now what this does is this brings up this new tab at the very top, the equation tab. Now I encourage you to look at this in more depth on your own, and if you've basically gotten enough out of the video now, then feel free to leave, but I'll also go through a bit of the features that this has as well, some of the things that you can expect to use, right? So firstly, we have the most obvious thing on this tab, the symbols region right here. So it gives you a few common symbols like infinity, plus or minus. We have 4th root, degrees Fahrenheit, a bunch of random stuff like this. Now if you want more symbols, you just click on this down there, and then right now we're at the basic math, but there are plenty of other symbols if you just click this drop down menu. So maybe you need to look through some operators, and there are a bunch in here to work with. So there are plenty of options here for that. Now we also have a few other things to work with. We have the fraction template, the subscript and superscript template. We have radicals, we have integrals, operators like sums. We have different types of brackets. We have different functions. We can add accents to our symbols. We can take limits and do logarithms. We can do operators. And then there's also a matrix tab. So the way these will work most of the time is if you just click on these drop down menus, it'll show you the options you have. So this one has a standard top and bottom fraction. This one has a slightly slanted fraction and a linear fraction. You click the one you want, right? So let's say I want that one. It'll give me this blank template, and what I do is I go over to the box and I just type in it, right? So let's say I want x over y. So I'm going to put x on top and then a y on the bottom. And then that's the gist of it. You do the same with these ones here, like maybe I want e to the x. Right? I just go to this box here, type e, that box there, type in x. So, and you can do this with all of them, right? We have the radicals, we have different integrals, and then we have a bunch of brackets in here. Most of these brackets you can just find on, or not most of them, the most common ones you'll find on the keyboard. But some of these, like this one right here, are quite unique and you won't be able to find them on the keyboard, so that would be helpful. Then we also lastly have these matrices right here. So they have these matrices here without parentheses or brackets around them, so you can type them in yourself. Right? So if I type this in, just parentheses, right? Type in some parentheses, and then go here, put the matrix here, and then if I just hit space after this, that'll like change the shape of the brackets to match the size of the object. And then I can just type in my matrix, like maybe I want an identity matrix. So now I have an identity matrix, and as I said before, there are a bunch of different features, but this basically covers the gist of how the equation editor works. Right? So I hope that video was helpful. Bye bye.